Who would like to start us off?
I'll give it a start. Another night where you kind of played well enough to win. Either one of you, but maybe Fee first. What do you take? What do you regret most about the way this one ended? I think you guys were up five with 141 left.
My free throws. My free throws. Um, yeah, I mean, it's really disappointing because we worked so hard and then something that should be so easy, if I would have made my free throws, we wouldn't have gone to overtime. When we went to overtime, we could have won the game. So obviously, I just feel bad for the team. We worked so hard. And so when you miss easy, like free baskets like that and it costs you the game, obviously I just take a lot of that responsibility. So it's tough.
So what in your mind, you guys, coach was saying that both you guys were kind of fighting cramps a little bit. You had Land was fouled out on the bench. I mean, obviously that's a pretty tough to stop those guys inside, but what did you guys see over the last 141?
You can go, but they made tough shots. Like, I thought our defense was really good. Rachel coming off contested three, AT contested, like, turnaround mid-range. They made tough shots. I thought our defense was really solid. I thought that call theme was bullshit, especially with how hard we were, like, playing that whole game. To call that with 7 seconds left is insane. But, again, we shouldn't have been in that position if I would have made my free throws, but it's frustrating for sure.
Brad?
Yes, hi ladies, Brad Lake, WBB Nation, WNBA Swish. Back earlier in the game when the Sun went on that 23-3 run, what was the message to the players to get yourself back grounded and continue to play that really hard game?
Yeah, I think we understand that they're a hard team. We knew they wasn't gonna just roll over and just let us beat them by 20, 40 points. So basketball is a game of runs. They went on their run. But like you saw, we answered and we settled in and we battled.
I thank you, ladies.
Lucas?
That answers my question about the last foul, but you have matched last year's overtime games with 2 in your first 3. What is the turnaround like when you have another tip-off in about 40 hours?
I think just taking care of your body, making sure you're getting fluids, icing as much as we can. We have a tough schedule. We have, quick turnaround and then a back-to-back. We play Saturday, Sunday. So we knew the season's going to be hard. It's, the same amount of games with a month less to play because we're taking a break for the Olympics. So it's definitely nothing new, but you got to be smart with how you recover.
Cheers.
For either player, oftentimes people say we played well enough to win. We just didn't. I think in this instance, you guys probably did play well enough to win tonight on the road, but didn't. What's the most frustrating thing about that?
Free throws. That's what I'd say again. If I made my free throws, we would have won. So it's really frustrating.
But that don't just fall on Fee. I mean, there's so many plays that transpired where we could have went on that run and it wouldn't have came down to a free throw game. So I think that's all our responsibility, and we got to make those plays that don't just fall on Fee for us losing the game in free throws. Like, we got to make plays, and when we have our foot on the gas, we got to keep our foot on the gas. So I think this is, like I told them in the locker room, like, these are great battles to have early on in the season, because when we start getting down to the nitty gritty, like, these are the games that we can lean on where we stayed together and we fought back. So I think it's good to have to go through this so early on in the season.
Mike?
For either player, Cheryl mentioned 46 points in the paint, obviously not a pleasing statistic you want to see. What makes them so tough inside, and how much did it hurt to lose Lon late?
I mean, they're strong. Their entire game is in the paint. That's just the players that they have. Bree Jones is obviously really strong. AT wants to be in the paint. Dejanay Carrington, almost all of their players want to be in there. So obviously it makes it a pretty tough assignment.
Ken, do you have another question?
I do not. Thank you.
Any final questions for Fee and Court? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.